VY Canis Majoris. VY Canis Majoris is an extreme oxygen-rich red hypergiant, RHG, or red supergiant and pulsating variable star 1.2 kiloparsecs, 3,900 light-years, from the Solar System in the slightly southern constellation of Canis Major. It is one of the largest known stars, one of the most luminous and massive red supergiants, and one of the most luminous stars in the Milky Way. No evidence has been found that it is part of a multiple star system. Its great infrared excess makes it one of the brightest objects in the local part of the galaxy at wavelengths of 5 to 20 microns and indicates a dust shell or heated disk. It is about 17 plus or minus 8 times the mass of the Sun. It is surrounded by a complex asymmetric circumstellar envelope caused by its mass loss. It produces strong molecular maser emission and was one of the first radio masers discovered. VY Chama is embedded in the large molecular cloud SH2310, a large, quite local star-forming H2 region, its diameter, 480 arc-minutes or 681 light-years. The radius of VY Chama is very roughly 1,420 times that of the Sun, which is close to the model maximum, the Hayashi limit, a volume nearly 8 billion times that of the Sun. Taking this midpoint estimate as correct, a quantum of light traveling at the speed of light would take 6 hours to go around its surface, compared to 14.5 seconds for the Sun. If this star replaced the Sun, its surface would, per this approximation, be beyond the orbit of Jupiter. Observational history. The first known recorded observation of VY Canis Majoris is in the star catalogue of the French astronomer Jérôme Lalande in 1801, which lists it as a 7th order of magnitude star. Further, quite frequent studies of its apparent magnitude imply the light of the star as viewed from Earth has faded since 1850, which could be due to emission changes or a denser part of its surrounds becoming interposed, extinction. Since 1847, VY Canis Majoris has been described as a crimson star. During the 19th century, observers measured at least 6 discrete components, suggesting that it might be a multiple star. These are now known to be bright zones in the host nebula. Observations in 1957 and high-resolution imaging in 1998 all but rule out any companion stars. Giving spectral lines in brackets, the star is a strong emitter of O, 1612 MHz, H. 2O, 22,235.08 MHz, and CO, 43,122 MHz, masers, which has been proven to be typical of an O/IR star. Molecules, such as HCN, NaCl, PN, CH, CO, CH3O, TO, and TO2 have been detected. The variation in the star's brightness was first described in 1931, when it was listed, in German, as a long-period variable with a photographic magnitude range of 9.5 to 11.5. It was given the variable star designation VY Canis Majoris in 1939, the 43rd variable star of the constellation Canis Major. Surroundings. VY Canis Majoris is surrounded by an extensive and dense asymmetric red reflection nebula, with a total ejected mass of 0.2 to 0.4 m and a temperature of 800 Kelvin, based on a dusty model atmosphere that has been formed by material expelled from its central star. The inner shell figures as 0.12 across, corresponding to 140 astronomical units, 0.0022 light-years, for a star 1,200 parsecs away, whereas that of the outer one is at 10 inches, corresponding to 12,000 astronomical units. This nebula is so bright that it was discovered in a dry night sky in 1917 with an 18 cm telescope, and its condensations were once regarded as companion stars. It has been extensively studied with the aid of the Hubble Space Telescope, showing that the nebula has a complex structure that includes filaments and arcs, which were caused by past eruptions. The structure is akin to that around post-red supergiant, post-RSG, or yellow hypergiant, YHG, IRC plus 10,420. The similarity has led at least 2 professional articles to propose a model that the star might evolve blueward on the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, HR diagram, to become a yellow hypergiant, then a luminous blue variable, and finally a Wolf-Rayet star.